The relationship between the United States and Iran has spanned more than a century, beginning with cooperation, spiraling into conflict, and now hovering near the edge of war. It's a story marked by revolution, covert operations, nuclear fears, and regional proxy battles. U.S. interest in Iran began in earnest during World War II, when Allied forces occupied the country to secure oil and supply routes. After the war, Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi rose to power with the U.S. backing. He aimed to modernize Iran, but ruled with an increasingly authoritarian hand. In 1953, Iran's Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh moved to nationalize the oil industry. That triggered Operation Ajax, a CIA and MI6-backed coup that overthrew Mossadegh and reinstated the Shah. Though it served Western interests, it planted a deep and lasting anti-American sentiment in Iran. By the 1970s, the U.S. supported the Shah with weapons and aid, but growing unrest led to the 1979 Iranian Revolution, which created the Islamic Republic under Ayatollah Khomeini. That same year, the Iran hostage crisis, where 52 Americans were held for 444 days, ended diplomatic relations and solidified Iran as a U.S. adversary. Throughout the 1980s and beyond, Iran began to exert influence through state-sponsored terrorist organizations such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and various militant groups in Iraq, Syria, and Gaza. These proxies have attacked U.S. forces, allies, and regional rivals, further fueling tension. In 1988, the U.S. accidentally shot down Iran Air Flight 655, killing 290 civilians, adding another layer of bitterness. In 2015, the Iran nuclear deal, JCPOA, offered hope for de-escalation. Iran agreed to limit its nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. But in 2018, the U.S. withdrew from the deal under President Trump, citing Iran's continued support for terrorism and missile development. This led to renewed hostilities and a return to sanctions. Then came 2025, after a series of attacks on American assets in the region, believed to be carried out by Iranian-backed groups. The U.S. launched missile strikes on Iranian military infrastructure. The strikes were described as targeted, but they marked one of the most direct confrontations between the two nations in years. Iran vowed revenge, and global tensions spiked. As of now, both nations sit on a knife's edge. The world watches closely, uncertain whether the 2025 missile strikes were a final warning or the first move toward war. One thing is clear: the long, tangled history between the U.S. and Iran is far from over.